Next, we're gonna move on to Florida.
Ooh.
The DJ Lagway era is officially here. Coming off an 8-5, 4-4 season where they won the Gasparilla Bowl 33-8 against Tulane. Just stomped them in that one. They returned 13 starters, 6 on offense, 7 on defense. Again, namely DJ Lagway stepping into his sophomore year. We went 115 on 192, 59.9 completion percentage, 1,915 yards, 12 touchdowns to 9 interceptions last season. They returned 4 offensive linemen as well. They returned Hayden Henson, a tight end who had 15 catches for 207 yards and a touchdown. They returned Grayson Howard, a linebacker who had 37 total tackles, 17 solos, a sack, a pass breakup, forced fumble, and 2 fumble recoveries. Tyreek Sapp, an edge rusher who had 46 total tackles, 20 solos, 7 sacks, and 2 forced fumbles. Caleb Banks, a defensive lineman with 21 total tackles, 10 solos, 4.5 sacks, pass breakup, and a forced fumble. Jordan Castle, a safety with 55 total tackles, 29 solos, a sack, and 9 pass breakups. Devin Moore, a cornerback who had 17 total tackles, 8 solos, 2 pass breakups, and 2 interceptions. And Bryce Thornton, a safety who had 41 total tackles, 19 solos, 3 pass breakups, and 3 interceptions with a forced fumble. Now, they do lose Graham Mertz. Again, not the biggest Graham Mertz fan here, but he went 72 and 94, 76.6 completion percentage, 791 yards, 6 touchdowns, and 2 interceptions. Got drafted by the Texans, but he tore, I want to say he tore his ACL or something like that last year. He had a major injury last year that ended his season early. Montrell Johnson, a running back who had 100 carries, 593 yards, 5.9 a carry, and 6 touchdowns, currently on the Eagles. Elijah Bader, a receiver who had 39 catches for 106 yards and 4 touchdowns on the Chiefs. Kymere Dike, a receiver who had 42 catches, 783 yards, and 2 touchdowns for the Titans, currently. Triquezy Bridges, a defensive back with 69 total tackles, 38 solos, 5 pass breakups, 2 interceptions, 2 forced fumbles on the Chargers currently. Shamar James, a linebacker currently on the Cowboys, who has 64 total tackles, 34 solos, 2 sacks, 3 pass breakups, an interception, a forced fumble, and a fumble recovery. And Jack Pyburn, a defensive end currently transferred to LSU, who had 60 total tackles, 20 solos, a sack, interception, and a forced fumble. They had the 9th overall recruiting class and 77th in transfers. Talk to me about Florida and Billy Napier.
So Florida, they got DJ Lagway. I feel like they're gonna have a talented offense. And the trenches, I think that's where they strike at, right? The trenches from the offensive side of the ball, especially. I think they're gonna have one of the best offensive lines in the league. Well,
Country.
in the country. The QB was good out of high school, number 1 QB out of high school last season. So, and Florida had a really good year. You know, they had some good wins too. They almost beat Georgia. So, like, you know, Florida is like Auburn to me. They can be this average team, or they can actually be a potential contender. You know what I mean? So we'll see when we get to the schedule.
Yeah, so as a guy who highly dislikes Florida, South Carolina all day, I'm actually high on Florida this year. There's no bias on my show, but I think Florida's going to be a really good team. I think they bring back a ton of experience. I think DJ Lagways will be much better than he was last year. And he had spectacular moments last year, as there are. And I think a lot of the heat is going to be off of Billy Napier after this season. It is a lot of heat coming onto him right now. Like, his heat is hot, even going 8-5, 4-4. He's still got a hot seat, in my opinion, but I think they'll be just fine. I think defensively they're going to be grimy. They're going to be Florida. They're going to have a speedy defense. They're going to move around. They're going to fly around, actually. But a guy I like to talk about is a guy who I was surprised is still in college, Jermichael Studevant. That's a big transfer receiver coming over from UCLA. Didn't have the greatest year last year, but he had a pretty good year in 2023. Last year, he had 22 catches, 315 yards, and 2 touchdowns. They do bring in a safety, Michael Caraway, who came over from Southern Mississippi, who had 37 total tackles, 24 solos, a pass breakup, and a fumble recovery. Last year, they were 66 in total offense, 76 in total defense, 69th in passing, 67th rushing. Tied 64th in scoring offense, 83rd in passing defense, tied 66th in rushing defense, and tied 43rd for scoring. Defense. If you're ready, we can get to the schedule.
Let's get it.
All right, so first game is against Long Island University, which I have as a win.
W.
Next game is against South Florida. I have as a win.
Okay, where you was talking. I had W.
Next game, first game of the season, Valley, LSU. I actually have this as a loss.
I do too.
Next game, at the U, the Miami Hurricanes. I have this as a win.
I do too.
All right, next game, Texas, at home. I have this as a win.
Oh!
Y'all coming to the Swamp. It's coming to
Okay,
Kentucky to
go.
play. I have Florida winning this game.
I got us winning. That's a okay. Let's get it.
Then after that, I don't think they win back-to-back games against Texas and Texas A&M. I have them losing at Cal Field. Cal Field is such a crazy place to play.
Yeah, I got them in back-to-back L's. I got them losing to Texas A&M.
Yep. Then I have them bouncing back against Mississippi State.
Same.
And then the world's largest cocktail party, Georgia, Florida, played in Jacksonville. Florida wins.
You know what's crazy? Because after last year, I was so close to picking them to win this game, but I picked Georgia. I got Georgia winning this game.
I got Florida, man. This game is just crazy. I remember even dating back to the Jordan Reed diving 5 yards away from the end zone and fumbling game. Like, bro, this game is just nuts. And
Jordan Reed,
crazy things happen. So I got Florida winning this. And then they go from the world's biggest cocktail party to at Kentucky. Got it as a win.
W. Yeah.
And then I have them losing at Ole Miss.
I got them losing too.
And I have them winning against Tennessee in the Swamp. Tennessee, for whatever reason, just can't get a W in the Swamp. Even dating back to Peyton Manning, they just can't win in the Swamp.
Yeah, I got them beating Tennessee.
All right, and then last but not least, Florida State at home to be state champions. I have as a win.
Oh, I had that as an L.
I got them being state champions. They beat South Florida, Miami, and Florida State to be state champions.
So you got them 9-3.
9-3, 5-3.
Ooh. You say you high. I got 6-6, 3-5.
Ooh, you got my boy Billy Napier getting fired.
Yo, like I had them losing. See, the difference we have is the Texas, Georgia, and then you got Florida State at the end. Those are three. I mean, that's crazy how
he loses to Florida State. He for sure getting fired.
I just realized you got them beating Texas and Georgia.
Then y'all got to come to the Swamp. If y'all was in Austin, I would pick y'all, but y'all got to come to the Swamp.
I mean, I ain't mad at it, All right. And they almost beat Georgia last year.
Yep. That game's a neutral site. I mean, kind of technically a neutral site because, I mean, I don't think Jacksonville is that far from Gainesville, but I don't think it's that far from Atlanta either. So.
Yeah. It's far, yeah.
But
thank you for staying to the end. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like this video, subscribe, and also hit that notification button so you can be notified next time we put out a video. If you're listening on any podcast platform, subscribe and hit that notification button, y'all, so you can be notified we put out another podcast audio. And last but not least, hit that share button. No matter what you're listening to or watching it, hit that share button and send it to somebody that you know that would love to watch this episode you just listened to. So once again, thank you for staying to the end, and we'll see y'all in the next episode.